We acknowledge with gratitude and humility that Christ Church Cathedral sits on the territory of the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations, and we do so seeking reconciliation with the First Peoples of this land. Welcome to Christ Church Cathedral. We're really glad to see you here in person for this, the third concert in our 58th annual Summer Recital series. My name is Donald Hunt, and I'm the Director of Music here. If this is your first time with us in the series so far, I'd like to give you a quick update on our current COVID protocols. As always, we would ask you to continue to maintain 2 meters of physical distance inside the cathedral, and that following the concert, we ask you to exit the building through the main west doors of the cathedral behind you. We also regretfully must ask that you refrain from staying after the concert to chat with your friends or the musicians, as it's important that we minimize the amount of time that we spend together in the building. Thank you for understanding as we work through implementing these new protocols. And we look forward to a future of returning to a model where we can fill this building with as many people as who would like to come for this annual by donation concert series. Speaking of by donation, for those of you joining us online tonight, you can make your gift via the link in the video's comments. You'll be pleased to hear that everything received via our online platform will go to the Cathedral's wider ministry to this city and to this world. Before I introduce today's recital, I would like to first draw your attention to a couple of upcoming events at the Cathedral. Firstly, many of you will have already been enjoying our Baroque concert series, Music for the Pause, in partnership with EMSI, Victoria Baroque, and EMV, Pacific Baroque Series. These concerts continue every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. until September 11th. This Friday, concert number 8, features the music of Bach, Telemann, and other German Baroque composers for wind instruments. I am delighted that next week's summer recital on Saturday, given by the Emily Carr String Quartet, is now sold out, but you can still watch it online at 7:30 p.m. or any time after that, as many people in the ether are probably doing right now. Please do also pay attention for an announcement of the quartet's fall season, which will be happening here at the Cathedral, both online and in person. Tickets available for that in due course. Now to today's recital. Jorge Eduardo is a native of Mexico, where he obtained his Bachelor of Music Performance. Since 2018, Jorge has lived here on the island, where he recently completed his master's degree with distinction in piano performance from the University of Victoria. Jorge will be joined in the second piece by violist Amanda Steinemann, who is a Victoria-based violinist, violist, and composer, currently studying at UVic. But for now, please would you welcome Jorge Eduardo to play Robert Schumann's Kinderszenen.
Hello, how are you tonight? Thank you very much for being here. For the people who's listening to us in the live stream, I thank you very much for your presence, friends, family, lovely people. We're going to be having this beautiful recital today, inspiring the childhood. The first piece in the program, as you can see in your booklet, is the Kinderszenen, Opus 15 by Robert Schumann, composed in 1838. In the process of learning, of interiorizing this piece with me, I was trying to find something that keeps the entire program together, like the entire cycle. And I was trying to find something more than only musical structure analysis and motifs and harmonic progressions that could be the same in all the pieces. I was trying to find something more personal. And then I have these memories of me when I was a child. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my own experience, but at the same time, when you listen to the program, you look at the pieces in your booklet, I also want you to explore your past and explore those moments when you were a child and you were just like growing up and being so delighted with life and everything. So let's give a little bit of a small journey through the pieces. The first one in the Kinderszenen, it's of strange lands and people. This piece, rather than describing a situation from the childhood, is describing an entire mood. Like, we lose the capacity of being excited or enjoying the small things that life can provide us, like those small joys, right? On A Strange Lands of People, Schumann describes this emotion of being so delighted with your surroundings. And the second piece, Curious Story, I can totally envision a little kid playing around in the garden, and then he suddenly found an insect or a small mouse or something like that captured his attention very much, and it's a very curious story for him. And the third one, it's a children game that it's basically like a tag, but it's playing blindfolded. We can listen to the rush in this third piece. And the fourth one, the Pleading Child, in the music we'll listen this kid who was playing before, he's begging for something to his parents, like probably an ice cream or going back home, whatever. It could be whatever, like whatever you want. But in piece number 5, lucky enough, or another translation of this piece from the German, it is also Perfect Happiness, where we can actually see how the kid got what he was pleading for. In number 7, an important event, I remember me as a child playing with my toys and imagining that I was some sort of knight with horses playing in the king's court, and this important event, the court will receive my toys with trumpets and very beautiful music sounding. And the next piece, Dreaming, Reverie, or Traumery in German, we can see, we can feel a very inner moment from a child perspective. So we can see how he's a little bit tired, but not entirely. He's just analyzing the surroundings and just going around. This piece is generally described as a lullaby. I don't conceive it as that. I conceive more like a daydream. Next piece, by the fireside, we're now in the living room with the family. This is in storyline. The family is all together, gathering by the fireside, chatting with each other, sharing their experiences. And then at the end of this piece, like in the last 8 measures, we have musically, we have something completely different from what we've been listening to in this specific piece. So it's like a more joyful theme that is like an open invitation to play again. But it's almost night, so it is not time for me playing around. So then the father, in the night of the rocking horse, the next piece, he somehow managed to have a last game before going to sleep, and he plays again to be a knight and the rocking horse in his living room. Only after being so tired, now this tiredness of children that are still playing around and they don't even realize that they're super tired and they're like just falling asleep at the same time as playing, we listen that in Almost Too Serious, where we listen the deepest thoughts of a child. Next piece, Frightening. It's you can picture the kid being carried to his bed, and then he suddenly wakes up and he's a little bit afraid of darkness, and he asks to his parents, "Can you please leave the light on? What is it that is under my bed? I don't want to be alone in this room." And then at the end he falls asleep, right? Which is the 12th piece in the program, a child falling asleep. By now, by the entire cycle, we can call it a day. We can say that the cycle is finished here with the child falling asleep and this beautiful melody, which is like a lullaby now. Only for the last piece of the series, it's The Poet Speaks, which is a totally outside perspective from a child. So this is the voice of the narrator. This is the voice of Schumann describing with nostalgia what is it to be a child. Or as I like to imagine as well, it's the parents staring at their son sleeping in the bed and just being fully in love with him and remembering their own childhood through his own presence. This is Kinderszenen by Robert Schumann. For the next piece in the program, this is the Mexican composer Melesio Morales. The piece was composed in the late 19th century, and the music score, it says the words, dedicated to the last words that the sweet girl Enriqueta Morales said in life. So Melesio Morales used to have this daughter that was, she has a terminal disease, and she passed away. And then at the moment that she passed away, Melesio Morales decided to compose this Adagio in C minor for piano. It's some sort of a nocturne, and originally is written for a piano solo, but composer Amanda Steinemann, violist and violinist, they did an arrangement for piano and viola that we're going to be performing tonight. The piece is a little bit sad, but I promise that the next one, Domingo Lovato, is going to be very cheering up you. This is, however, so beautiful and inner. Thank you very much, Amanda. The next piece on the program, Domingo Lobato. He was a composer born in Jalisco, Guadalajara, one of the most important cities and economically talking in Mexico. The city is in the southwestern. It's a place where a lot of composers live and do their stuff, and also musicians. Domingo Lobato, he composed these pieces in the first half of the 20th century, like around 1930 something, and it's also a children's suite, which is the thematic of this recital. The scenes from the childhood or children's suite by Domingo Lobato is inspired as well in the Impressionist movement by Claude Debussy and Maurice Ravel and all these guys. So you can see the musical language is sort of similar, but he also inserts some sort of national folklore, nationality of our Mexican music in these pieces. So for example, in the first one, it's a dancinela. Dancinela, it's like a small and very brief dance that we play when we are that we dance when we were playing together. The second one, it's a lullaby. This one is a lullaby, it's a serenade for sending the child to sleep or something like that. It's a very beautiful tone, very beautiful sounds coming from the piano, and very beautiful harmonies, especially in the second piece. The third one, which is the favorite of my cycle, together with the number 5, it's the love for the red top spinning, which is like some sort of a toy that we play with a string, and then we just like smash it to the door, and it's like keep spinning around. And that one was red from Domingo Lobato. So the music is very descriptive because we listen to the whole arpeggios and very virtuoso things going around. The fourth piece is a habanera, a dance that we in Mexico borrowed from Cuba, but we adopted it very, very deep, that it's almost part of our culture. And the last piece, Mother Bear and Her Son, it has totally two different characters. It's like a piece divided in two. The first half of the piece, which is very nostalgic and very obscure and some sort of mystic. And then the second part is very playful with, I can imagine the little bear walking and running around and bothering his mom. So this is the Children's Suite by Domingo Lobato. Thank you very much, everyone. This was a lovely experience. Thank you very much, Donald, Crashers, Cathedral, Mark, all the people who's making this possible. All of you for being here. It's been 5 months since the lockdown. I really missed playing for an audience. You guys are like a lot of energy here coming into the stage, and I love you very much. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for listening to this Mexican composer, which I'm very, very proud of sharing with you here in Canada. I think this is the first time, I don't know, I wouldn't dare to say that it's the first time that this piece is performed here in Canada, but at least in Victoria. So, thank you very much for listening to it. It's very, very much part of me. And again, Donald, appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much for coming.